Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Noma and welcome to our first time single take honest reactions. We are going to do 3 reactions in this one video of Olivia Newton-John, and these are requested by our patron Michael M. The first song that we will be reacting to is Please Mr. Please.
Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started with the first song. All these are songs that I don't think we've ever heard before in our lives. So they're essentially first time single take honest reactions by both of us. Please, Mr. Please.
In the corner of the bar there stands a jukebox with the best of country music, old and new. You can hear your 5 selections for a quarter, and somebody else's songs when yours are through. I got good Kentucky whiskey on the counter, and my friends around to help me ease the pain, till some button-pushing cowboy plays that love song, and here I am just missing you again. Please, Mr. Please, don't play B-17. It was our song, it was his song, but it's over. Please, Mr. Please, if you know what I mean, I don't ever want to hear that song again. If I had a dime for every time I held you, though you're far away, you've been so close to me. I could swear I'd be the richest girl in Nashville, maybe even in the state of Tennessee. But I guess I better get myself together, 'cause when you left, you didn't leave too much behind. Just a note that said I'm sorry by your picture, and a song that's weighing heavy on my mind. Please, Mr. Please, don't play B-17. It was our song, it was his song, but it's over. Please, Mr. Please, if you know what I mean, I don't ever want to hear that song again.
Oh, this was beautiful. Really enjoyed this.
Wow.
Sorrowful, of course, but beautiful to listen to for the listener. What are your thoughts, Kirti, on Olivia Newton-John and her song?
Wow, I was
Please, Mr. Please.
Please, Mr. Please. I was in heaven. I was in heaven listening to her. And the times that she said, please, Mr. Please. I mean, I would be anyone. Even though I would not be a mister and she made a mistake, I wouldn't play that song. The way she did that, please, Mr. Please. It was that beautiful. Wow. The way the song is sung, she's talking about Kentucky and she's talking about a specific place in America. Anywhere in the world, a person hears and they will connect to her. It is that relatable, it is that beautiful, it's sung so beautifully. I mean, an elderly listens to her and they will think, I wish she was my daughter. She's got that sweet way of saying things in this one. This is a real Olivia Newton-John. This is, I think by far I like this one the best from everything that
this,
I've heard.
this is nice. It wasn't even exactly country music,
No.
though essentially maybe it's in the country music genre, but it was beautiful, with the guitar and the flute
Yeah. And the flute, yeah.
and those drums. Those were not the typical drum set used in country music or rock music. It was, milder, and it was kind of, was it the bongo
You know what? I apologize, but
or congo? What is it called?
congas. I apologize, but I didn't really focus on the drum or anything else. I could hear the flute. I was only about her voice. I'm sorry.
Interesting. What about the lyrics then? If you heard only a voice,
I
what do you
only
think?
heard the voice and the lyrics. Yeah, literally. And I could imagine. I like the way the song started. Beautiful description of, a place where there is, in the corner, there is a jukebox box and people go. For a quarter, they can play 5 songs. That's a good deal. I said, wow, that's a nice thing. And I thought it was going to be something fun. That please, Mr. Please, play my song or something like that. Like, please, Mr. DJ. And these days, a lot of songs are there which address the DJ and they ask them to play things. But this one was, if anybody was putting a dime and they were choosing that one, she was stopping them. Please don't do that. It just takes me back so many steps when I'm trying to get over it. She is with her friends are helping her out in getting over the pain that she has. And also the mention that so many times they heard this song together, she and her partner who's not there, ex-partner, that if she saved that money, she would have been rich, at least in Kentucky.
Not the song, but every time she imagined hugging him.
Okay, I thought every time they put the money to play this song.
Uh,
That's what I felt.
if I had a dime for every time I held you,
Okay, yeah.
though you're far away, you've been so close to me, I could swear I'd be the richest girl in Nashville,
In Nashville,
maybe even the state of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So this guy left just saying I'm sorry and
I know, I didn't even
you
do
know,
justice to the closure.
yeah, and left. Unfortunate. It's sad. And so obviously this song is hurting her a lot when she hears it being played on the radio or jukebox or anywhere else. In this case, it's a jukebox. I just hope she didn't drink too much, in this phase. I mean, the character on which this song is based on. Because she had that Kentucky whiskey in her hand.
Yeah.
Anyway, beautiful song, and definitely it's one of many songs I've heard personally, which are on this topic that someone walked out the door and this is how I feel. So here it's telling others not to play that song because it's our song. I hope it wasn't done literally, but I remember the jukebox at a neighborhood, like a coffee shop kind of place, what we call Irani house in Mumbai. We call them Irani house. So they are basically coffee shops, tea houses where you get tea, coffee, buns, biscuits, burji, an egg mixture,
Scrambled.
spicy egg mixture, scrambled egg, omelette with bread, toast bread. You get sandwiches. So that kind of places are very, very popular. When I was younger, in school, college, they're very popular. In fact, in South Mumbai, they still are a good maybe 30, 40 of them or more, which still exist and still do very well and bring back tons of memories to people from that side of town. So there was one such place which had a jukebox. There may have been more, but the one close to my house, they had the jukebox there. So whenever we would go there for bun maska, which is bun, butter and little bit of jam sometimes they put. So when we would go for that bun maska with a hot chai, hot masala tea, we would also, if we had money, we would put it in the jukebox. But usually we didn't have money. So we would depend on others around us to choose the right songs. So what we would do, usually it was my brother, me and my mother, or a couple of sisters, me and my mother. Mother used to usually be there. So she would handle the money and all, obviously. So when we were all small, so we would throw those song names in the air when we didn't have money. Because all the people around us, maybe they have good ideas. We don't have the money to play it.
Shouted.
Hopefully they will. Not shout it, just say, this is a great song. I wish someone would play that. That's a great song. You know, this song by this artist, this song by that artist.
Give ideas to them.
And sometimes they would actually go and put that. And we would be so happy because we got it for free. So for me, those were my jukebox memories. So it brings back some memories to me. And yeah, it's a beautiful song and unfortunate how it ended. This particular relationship. I don't know if it's a real story. Like I said, I hope it's not a real story because you don't want to ruin someone's song choices who's paying for the jukebox,
Yeah.
request. So it's similar to a Patreon request. You don't want to ruin it for our patrons.
Yeah.
We don't like ruining it, but sometimes maybe
Copyright
unintentionally it gets ruined. No, even our reaction, my reaction per se,
Okay.
may not be the best one.
Uh-huh.
Like Kirti loved the voice of Olivia Newton-John in this.
Yeah,
I heard many like this.
Okay.
So I won't say it's the
I
best.
like the way she said, please, Mr.
Yeah,
Please.
she said it cutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
she said it cutely. But was I the guy who was putting in the jukebox in those days and at a bar?
Huh?
Chances are good that I wouldn't hear.
Oh.
I wouldn't bother about it because why are you first of all there at the bar drinking with your friends?
She's drowning her sorrow.
With the friends, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe that was the time,
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
know.
I
can't
haven't
connect
even
with it.
seen the jukebox.
Like I say, for me, it was
Yeah.
only in the Irani houses
Yeah.
that we had these jukeboxes in Mumbai. And South Mumbai I'm talking about. I don't even know I'm in Western Mumbai. I'm in the suburbs where I live in now. But South Mumbai it was common in the Irani houses. Maybe in the bars too, but I'm not sure. And in fact, till today it's very, very popular in Cafe Leopold and Mondegar, Cafe Mondegar at Kulaba. Cafe Leopold, most of you all may be aware because of the 26/11 terror attacks that happened there. It started off from there. One of the places it started off from, alongside the CST station, the Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus or CST, where it started along with the same time almost at this Cafe Leopold. So Cafe Leopold and Cafe Mondegar just before it on Kulaba Causeway still have the jukebox and they're extremely popular. Mind you, one song costs 50 rupees or something nowadays
Oh,
at
not a
Cafe
dime.
Mondegar. So you have to give 5 rupees coin inside the machine, but you actually have to buy that 5 rupee weight coin from the counter by paying 50 rupees.
Oh,
So
okay.
gone are the days of these kind of
Not a
rates.
dime.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move to the next song. If Not For You
If Not
by
For You.
Olivia Newton-John once again. The writer of this song is Bob Dylan.
Yeah, that was the info given in the description of the video.
Yeah, and we all know he has won a Nobel Prize for literature, right, or songwriting. I don't know if
Peace
there's
or-
one for songwriting, not peace, for literature
Okay.
because of his
Right.
songwriting.
Yeah.
So this should be interesting. Let's listen to it. Okay, this sounded like a really young Olivia Newton-John, didn't it? Was she a teenager or something? Wow, this was quite youthful, the voice and the
Young.
way it was sung. Bob Dylan wrote this, amazing, because there were so many repetitions of "If Not For You."
It's only written in the description, so I'm not sure. Sometimes descriptions
Okay,
can be
yeah,
misleading.
they can
so,
be.
Yeah.
They can be misleading, yeah. It definitely was very repetitive, the "If Not For You."
Yeah.
If I actually count it, it would be a lot of repetitions of it in just a 3-minute song.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
About 12 or more.
12 in a 3-minute or less song. What else was there apart from that? Not much.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the way she sang it again.
Yeah.
I liked it. Definitely not my favorite out of the two heard. I kind of like the first song a lot more after this now.
Yeah.
Because this, I think she must have just sung this. There was no heart in it. There was no soul. It lacked passion for some reason. That's what I sensed. It's my personal opinion.
Right.
It just seemed done for the sake of it. What are your thoughts? But I like the first song. First song I definitely liked. After hearing this, I like that more.
I would agree with you. It was just a performance. Yeah, like it was just sung. It didn't feel literally as if she means if not for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
like life would be nothing if not for you. It didn't feel
it
like
didn't
that.
feel that way. It
Yeah.
didn't feel that way.
Yeah, it sounded good though. Her voice is good. I mean, anything she
Yeah,
will
she has a
sing
good voice.
will sound good, but it didn't really feel that she really means it. If not for you, there would be nothing around me that was beautiful. Everything would be dull. Things wouldn't be happening. Nothing would exist probably.
In the West, they definitely have something about the rain, don't they? Because they just
They
have
don't
to
like the rain.
add it in.
Huh?
If not for you, my sky would fall, rain would gather too. Why is rain always looked as a negative thing? In the West, it's always in a song,
Yeah.
whether it's from the UK, whether it's from the US, it's
I
always the
understand
rain
UK,
is so bad.
yeah, because they get too much
Oh.
probably in London, so they don't like it.
I mean, she probably is from the countryside, right? Nashville? That's what she
It's
mentioned
not
earlier.
written by her, right?
No, not this, the earlier song. Maybe she didn't write that one too.
Okay.
Who knows?
Ah.
So that would explain, maybe the little bit of no interest, no passion when singing the "If Not For You." Something was missing for sure. I mean, I think it's the way it was sung. She has a good voice, but definitely there was no heart or soul. I didn't feel it. I just didn't feel it. Yeah, but I liked it. I liked it nevertheless. I wouldn't say it's a bad song. It's just that I didn't feel it. That's my personal taste, and definitely the rain being added in there and being repeated a couple of times. That is just not good enough for me. Rain is not something bad. It's not always to be used as something bad. It's a little bit of immaturity, as well as not having enough words to add to the lyrics. That is always used as a negative thing. So sometimes rain can be positive.
It could
In
have been.
fact, most times I would say.
Yeah.
It's just that you look at it in a depressed manner and perhaps in that negative way, and that's what you get.
It should be written as rain wouldn't fall. So that's when it is negative, because rain not coming is like lack of water. You don't get enough water. Most of the times, the potable water that we get in Mumbai is our rainwater. If it doesn't come, people are dead here. People won't know what to
That's
do.
what I'm kind of figuring out. These things are just added just to make it appealing because everybody else is doing it. That's why I wonder where Olivia Newton-John is from. Because if she's from anywhere in the south of USA, chances are very high
People
that
love rain.
water is less.
Yeah.
So why would you hate the rain over there? Or have an issue with rain being something that makes you sad all the time, or gloomy, or depressed, or lonely. to feel lonely. When you need the rain, you know.
A lot, yeah.
I don't think they have too much of the rain in the south of America, do they?
It never
always
rains in
looks
California,
dry.
right? It never rains.
Not California per se. I'm talking about the whole south belt. Is she from California?
I don't know. I have no clue.
You know, because country music usually is associated with people who come from
Yeah.
the countryside.
Sometimes I think, not all the time. I feel.
Okay, but either way, why is the rain? Anyway, it's okay. Let's not harp about it. It's just a song, ain't it?
Yeah.
And a song sung without heart. So let's move on to the third one. Have you ever been mellow? By Olivia Newton-John. Something tells me this will be the best of them all. Let's hope I'm right. Fingers crossed.
Have you ever been mellow?
It's a longer song than the earlier two. 3.5 minutes.
Wow. I
This
never
really
been
made
mellow.
up for the last song, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
This was beautiful. This was absolutely beautiful. What are your thoughts and feelings?
I,
It's all yours.
I like the
This
way.
is something you would connect with, I feel.
Unfortunately, and I don't know why you feel that way, but I didn't get the context of the song. That's where, yeah, I'm still struggling.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. But
You
what
do?
about the singing?
I like her singing. I really enjoy the singing. Those stretches, the way she sang some of the words, the last part of the sentences. Wow, that was breathtaking. Literally breathtaking. It's very difficult to do and actually sound mellow while doing that. The title of the song is Have You Never Been Mellow? But she was way too mellow singing that, going through those highs and still be mellow. It sounded like a bird singing. Yeah, I like the music and that tune as well. It just takes you with it.
And this is a title track from the album. So it's
Have
like,
You Never Been Mellow? Both the songs, the first song and this song, Please Mr. Please, are from the same album, I guess.
Same album?
Yeah, the same time probably, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
This was from some other album.
Yeah, if not
for you.
that was the album.
Probably your first album.
Could be.
And this sounded more recent though. I mean, maybe the late 70s, early 80s.
No idea what was.
Wouldn't that be when it had a good vibe. This had a good vibe for me. The way it was sung was just beautiful. As far as singing goes, I think this definitely is, in these three, this was the best one for me.
Yeah, I would
It
agree.
definitely had a lot of heart,
Yeah,
had a lot of soul,
a lot of skill.
and I liked it. Yeah, it was skillful singing.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed listening to it. Again, the lyrics are very, I won't say repetitive, but it doesn't really get anywhere.
uh,
There was a time when I was in hurry as you are.
yeah,
I was like you, I was like you.
yeah.
Now I don't mean to make you frown. Now I just want you to slow down. Have you ever been mellow? So mellow is kind of used here in this. Is it the wrong way to use it? I guess it's a point of view, right? But she's saying, have you ever been mellow? In other
Mellow
words, have you
soft,
been?
right?
Yeah, have you been soft? But you don't really use mellow for that. But maybe it's used there.
I think she's trying to say, have you never been off your guard? Like let things loose, be loose, so that you can get some comfort. Maybe the person she's addressing she's saying we are both alike in most ways, but sometimes you can open the door so that someone can enter and help you out.
That's right.
Something like that, like Pete Townsend. Let my love open the door.
Oh, I don't think you can compare the two though.
No, I'm just looking at the context of the two.
Yeah.
Let my love open the door.
That is insanely catchy tune.
Yeah, it is.
It may have been repetitive lyrics there as well.
Yeah,
Ah,
but it's direct.
have you never let someone else be strong? That is a powerful way to end the song.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's nice. That's nice to think that way. Have you never let someone else be strong? Strong for you, I'm assuming. That's well written. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about this. I definitely love the voice. The way she sung it, this is my favorite of the three as far as vocals go. Lyrics, I think I'll choose the first one right now.
Yay!
As far as lyrics go, definitely
Yay.
after listening to these two, definitely it shines.
Please, Mr.
The jukebox
Please.
song. Please, Mr. Please don't play that on the jukebox. That shines. That makes a lot more sense than the other two. The second one was too repetitive.
Ah, yeah, it was okay.
Too
It was
repetitive, 12 times
Yeah.
in under a 3-minute song.
Yeah.
And then the way it was sung also didn't really do justice to her voice. I mean, she has an incredible voice, which fortunately we got to see in the third song as well as the first.
First.
First song also was different when compared to the
yes.
second one.
Yes.
What do you have to say about it? Final thoughts? Any of these three songs?
For me, singing wise, I would choose the last one, just like you do. Have you never been mellow? I'm still thinking that's what it may mean. I can't really bet on it though. I can't be too sure of it because it was all question mark, question mark, question mark. This and question mark, that and question mark, and I'm just like you. and then those question marks are there. So, you know, it's something individual and something personal what she's talking about, and I'm not sure if everyone can understand the same thing.
I'm sure many people did connect with it,
Yeah,
and she must
yeah.
have done well.
Could be in the same situation.
You
You will
know,
get it.
those were simpler times. Those were simpler times back then. Say if the song was released today, in the last 10 years, not just today, I think it would be a whole different story. Whether it would be successful, whether she would be successful as a singer. It would be difficult to see that happening for me.
Oh, today we can't
In
predict
today's
anything
world.
because it's all marketing.
No, I mean saying, you know, I mean, it's not with no disrespect meant to the singer or anything.
Yeah.
It's just that I feel the voice is good. It would automatically shine in today's world. But with lyrics like that, I mean, there's good lyrics out there. In the last 10, 20 years, we've had good lyrics.
Yeah, but direct and
Good
understandable on the first listen.
In fact, most of the lyrics of earlier songs, the
are more
70s, 80s,
complicated, yeah.
not complicated, they're too repetitive.
They are.
They're too repetitive, too limited. They say the same thing 3 times, 4 times. How many songs have you heard with strong lyrics coming out of the 60s or 70s? I'm sure you'll, out of this whole year of 2000 plus songs, you won't even be able to pick 10. Can you? Can you name one song that you remember right now with very strong lyrics which came out of 60s and 70s? Which was not repetitive, wasn't saying the same thing again and again, more or less.
There are a couple of songs, but
Can you name one
Right
for
now?
our viewers? They often ask us, you know what, to give them a realistic picture.
we,
I'll give an example just to
we
make it
reacted
easier
to.
for you. I don't want to put you
yeah,
on the spot.
No, we reacted to
American Life definitely was a good
American Pie.
American Pie.
Yeah, and I was thinking
Well
of Buddy
written.
Holly at the moment. And
Buddy Holly,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
But whether it's that good lyrically,
no, it was simple.
Yeah,
Pretty
it was
simple.
simple.
Yeah.
I would have named at least 10 songs of the Beatles, to be honest, but we haven't reacted to them. And we can't because of the copyright issues that they have or they want to have
Choices.
for themselves. Yeah, that's about it for this one though. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching.